What's up, guys? Welcome back. Big cat time. Haven't drawn a big cat in a while. Panther. Are panthers and jaguars the same? I have a question for you. Are they the same? I don't know. I'm on a landscape page. Use a pencil eraser and hit pause if I go too fast. Head will be sort of top half, right? Center point of my page is about there. I'd say that's where his chin will end up being. We'll go up and over to the right and start with these unimpressed cat eyes, right? So start with this top eyelid line. So we go curving around like that, right? And then this comes down and in, and it kind of gets like real sort of spiky and pointy here. Okay, you might have two spikes. You might. You could go with one if you wanted. I like two. It just looks more dramatic for some reason. So then, iris. So the color part of the eye, the iris. So big old cat eye, right? And then I'm going to color dark around this, just black. And this could be sort of eyelashes and stuff here, if you want, like a kind of an eyelash area. And then like a bit of a rim around the edge of the eye like that. And then the pupil, so looking up from underneath the eyelid, right? And I'm going to go with a kind of a longer sort of shape on it. I'm not going to go round. I'll go more like a cat, sort of at night, sort of thinner, basically. And what I like to do, especially with the realistic animal drawings, I tend to like to add some hatching just under here. And sometimes I might add a highlight. So I'll say if I wanted to leave, say, like a little white section, like there, say, I draw that in and then add like hatching all around. You're just crossing lines to make it look a bit shadowed. And another way of doing highlights, of course, is white paint or like Tipex or something, like dabbed on top. Another way of doing it, okay? So one cat eye done. So cat's eyes are quite far apart. It's like two eyes across. So say like the width of the eye, once, twice, and then the next eye will start here. Right? So it's like it's pretty much two eyes. One, two. Distance between them. And then you got like that eye shape again. That's kind of like spiky. Can be two spikes. And then we will go around here again. Right, that sort of shape. And then the color part of the eye, big round iris. Right, and then black all around that. And then that iris eye line again, sort of longer, black pupil, maybe like a rim or an edge to that line. And then we'll do the highlight again, and it's useful to do it on the same side if the light is coming from this way, you know. And again, we can do this as sort of eyelashes, kind of. Right. So big cats tend to have some details around their eye. They have like these little eyebrow things. I don't know what else to call them. But they're these sort of whiskers grow out of them. Right, so it like comes around here. And they can be like sketchy, hairy sort of things. They like curve around the eye. And then there's like an eyebrow area that comes out from that, just around there. Right? So it's probably like a sensory gland or something. Right, and we'll do the same pretty much on this side. And it kind of just goes in towards the eye, corner of the eye, just in here. And like whiskers grow out from these. And then that eyebrow just up here. Right, so sometimes, you know, they can have those whiskers. It can be quite big, 3 or 4 of them growing out from here. Now, so we'll go down and do the nose, right? So your nose on big cats is the same distance as what's between their eyes. So like this space, right? If you brought that, if you turned it like on its axis, like a triangle, it'll bring it to like the middle of the nose. So like this and this are about the same. So say you got this bumping sort of shape on top of his nose, okay? You could even measure it with a ruler or anything you have to hand with a ruler, I don't know. So like here, so see the end of the pen to just the end of this. So it's about the same distance, right, to the eye, to the middle of the nose there. So that, turn it, will bring it to about there. Okay. And then the cat's nose. So it goes kind of like dark, right? So down to this sort of V-like area just here. Right, and then you could have a line like up the middle. And then you have this extra sort of black section and the nostrils sort of as well, right? So it's like it's in shadow, but it just comes down towards the snout. Same on the other side. Down there. We'll just color it black in here. Like so. Okay, and then, so there's like all these nose sort of lines that come up here. Coming around, join this sort of end, just these dashes. You don't have to do a smooth line because noses aren't really smooth kind of things, you know. They sort of have like lots of shadow and texture and stuff on them, so there might be like dots, you know, just to show some curved lines and things. Maybe a line just going up the middle here. Right. So now, panther mouth. So the mouth comes down from the middle of the nose, and then we got this hairy, sort of sketchy kind of cat-like face that comes around here. Right, like that, this big mouth. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, chin then, quite hairy. Chin goes around to the other side, like so. And then we have this like dark shadow in under here for his lip. Right? So jaguar seems to have like a cheekbone or something that comes around to the eye, like this hairy sort of thing here. Comes around to the corner of the eye a little bit. Maybe some bags underneath the eye there. And then a big round face. So this comes out this way. That's smooth enough. They're not overly furry around the edges. Okay, and you might have like just some texture and stuff all here. Okay, so this joins the ears, and then there's like dots and stuff on the whiskers. So say we get some ears in, right? So the top of the head. So this comes past. We got like hair spikes and stuff all here, right? And then top of the head sort of bumps around here. And the same thing on this side. And this is like the skull sort of headlines and stuff. Right, so ears stick out here. Right, like that. Okay, so it's like a cougar. They're probably like all the same animal. It looks very similar to like a cougar and stuff. And just adding like some texture just to make it look a bit furry. And then there's some details inside the ear. So basically like the inside of cat's ears are just like lots of hair sort of sticking up into the, right, this kind of thing. And then like the edge lines of this, and then like all the hair inside. Like that kind of. Okay, so there's like those lines that curve around the snout as well. You know, there's these dots, 3 or 4 rows of them. And then like texture lines on the chin, and like I'll do the whiskers last. Sometimes remind me about the whiskers, because sometimes I forget about them. Make sure you remind me now. Right, so that's the head. That's pretty good. Big old panther head. Bum, bum. Okay, so big wide neck on this cat, right? So it's like, it comes out from like the head, right? That's real sort of bumpy. That joins like a shoulder sort of line down here. Right, so very wide. And then this side as well. Big old wide neck on him. And then the arm, sort of like skin folds and everything coming down this way. And this like is like a furry sort of section just coming in towards the center of the chest, and you'll have like another one. So very sort of furry and hairy and all these sort of rolls. Okay, so there's a big paw here, so kind of comes out and disappears, gets a bit furrier down here and disappears behind that big sort of rock, right? You just put all these angles here. And then the fold for the wrist sort of that way. And then this big sort of paw sticking out here. They're kind of hairy at the top. All going around. And this like joins his sort of wrist in there. They can have like nails sort of showing sometimes. Okay. And this is like his shoulder in here, and it's all kind of furry. Just all these texture lines and stuff. Big old bear paw. And the other one just kind of disappears sort of off down here. It's like just all furry and stuff in here. Shoulder and fur lines all going down this way, just like towards the belly. the stone goes down there. Then we can just see his hind leg at the back. And then, so like his big shoulder, like so. Okay, right, so whiskers coming off. Real white now. Do 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 do. And then, so like on this rock, like some extra sort of jaggedy kind of situations. And of course you can add more details and stuff to the background if you want. But that is generally it. That's how to draw the jaguar. Hope it's helpful. Or Black Panther, should I say. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.